Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Christmas package that I want to talk to you guys about today, something that I've been to add to my Christmas list for quite a while, and a better way to go about it before the price increase of this said product. So let's get into it and unbox the box. Okay, so what did we get for Christmas? Well, let's open the box, let's find out. Damn plastics. Alright, looky what we have here. We are. Let me just readjust this. So, we just pulled out a box within a box. And now we're going to pull out the box that was within the bigger box. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've been wanting this for a while. Newspaper. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, meet our brand new IAME X30 engine. Directly imported from Remo Racing, who imports all the IAME engines into Australia. This is the block of the motor with the start of the wiring harness there that links up to the stator of the engine. That's that there. And now, if I show you the contents of what was in the big box. So here's the rest of the stuff from the big box. Obviously here we got all the water hose attachments that'll go on to the radiator, the air box, the air filter element, the Tilton carburetor, we'll open that in a second, Tilton carburetor for the X30 engine, exhaust pipe, some zip ties for the wiring harness, you get gearbox oil to fill the engine up with, as these engines obviously come dry straight out off the floor. All the stuff here. So what's this? This is the water pump belt assembly with all the pulleys and the fittings and stuff attached to it. Here you got another part of the water hose, spare wiring harness, or the wiring harness that comes within the box. What's this? Probably a bigger, the clutch guard cover, by the looks of it, in this bag here. Spare battery, a weighted plate to fit the motor to the Tony Kart engine mounts, so the engine mount comes in two parts. And in this here, I'm actually not sure what this is. Let's open that up and have a look. Yeah, so radiator mounting brackets, very important. Obviously you want to mount your radiator so it doesn't fall back and lean on your tire. So here, wrapped up in this plastic bag, is the exhaust pipe, which I will probably pull out and show you guys just how shiny that this looks. Booyah! Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous bit of artwork. Look at that. Here we are, brand new, out of the box. Brand new IAME X30 engine exhaust pipe. Completely shiny. Completely shiny. Look at that. looks slick. And here is one that's like 2 years old, has been through the war zones of the racetrack, slightly rusted up. This is just a bit of I did a bit of a slight acid bath, homemade acid bath for the exhaust to get all the carbon out of the end of the pipe there, and not really touched it up with any WD-40 on the outside of the pipe, which some people do to just keep it that give it that little bit of a shiny look at the end of it. So and even on the box here, I just noticed too, it comes with a preset reading for the specifications of where to run the jets at. So low jet here says 1 hour and 5 minutes, and the high jet says 1 hour and 15 minutes. This is only like the recommendation. It's not going to be the final end result. I mean, it's one thing to read it off, I guess, the dyno, and then another for on-track results. We just go and put a piece of paper here so it doesn't get all dirty and stuff, because we don't want dirt in our motor, being brand new and everything. So here's the carburetor, the import, the little valve here at the back there, and this is what the throttle cable goes into here. See, it's got that little hole in the top there where the cable runs through to, and then the spring will sit on this little pedestal there, and it'll spring right up there. Obviously fuel line goes in there, and between all of this is where all the filtering gaskets are, so any dirt that comes through there should be picked up. If you don't have a fuel filter already running through the lines going before it goes into the carburetor, then all the dirt will most likely pick up within the first filter or the second filter in the carburetor. But either way, dirt in the carburetor is not a good thing, so I would recommend you run a fuel filter if you're confident in it. And the rest of it there is just the 2 bolts which will mount to inside the carburetor there, which you'll obviously attach to the block. And then the throttle spring, which, as I said before, just fits in there, sits in underneath and there. And in between the throttle spring, there'll be a hole which you can go up with in the throttle cable and then attach to the accelerator pedal. So yeah. And obviously these are your jets. I don't know if they're preset. Nope, they're not preset, but oh yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are preset. Probably shouldn't have touched that, to be honest. So, or at least I should have marked it before touching it. So I hope I didn't just throw things off there. But either way, I can roll back and count back, or use a minute gauge if anyone's got one. So we'll put all this back, roll that up, put that back, and gently put this somewhere that it will be important for another day. Which a spare engine is always important to have on board. Can I actually like put this back in the box, or is it what's going on in the box? Strange. Doesn't seem like it wants to go back into the box. Why not? That is being like really frustrating. Alright. So that there's out of the way. Now here we have my screwdriver. Spare battery, or I guess the battery that comes within the engine kit. So obviously battery super important. Obviously it's got to supply power for it in order to start, so obviously there. I'll just pull it out of this plastic here. Battery. And the battery holder. And then the clamps for, or the, I guess the button holders, I suppose. So there you go. Just put that now to the side there. Here we go, wiring harness. So this would be, I won't unpack it obviously because it's electrics and I don't want any dirt to get in that because, yep, but here you are, the harness to the battery to the motor. As you can see in there, there's the two start and stop buttons. And this little connector here will fit onto the, and the red connector will fit onto the connectors of the motor, which we saw earlier. And finally, we will get to the radiator. Cool. And would you have a look at this? Sorry, box. See you later. I'll pack you up later, I promise. And of course, brand new radiator. So there you go. That's pretty much everything out of the box. You saw the air box and the air filter element. That's still on the ground in the big box there. But now I actually want to talk about the benefits of actually owning one of these. Being a consumer and being also a competitor that's been running this engine for two years now. Before this, I used to run a Rotax Max Evo in tag restricted light, and that was probably, I've been in the game 4 years now. The first 2 years I spent racing a Rotax Max Evo, which was another cool 125 engine. Water cooled just as much as this, but this I found, in my opinion, was easier and more fun to use and more friendly on the tune when it comes to adjustments and stuff like that. And also it's pretty much the biggest engine in all of Australia right now. If you run in the tag or tag restricted community, I strongly recommend you buy one of these. This is just the motor to have at the moment right now in the 125 categories. Obviously the performance in the motors can vary track to track, so the Rotax Max Evo might favor in a lot of the tighter and lower speed tracks, being all the power comes from the mid-range in the torque range, so about 9 to 11, maybe 12,000 RPM in the Rotax Max Evos. These tend to make a lot of their power in the 11 to 15,000 mark, and they don't have as much torque as a Rotax Max Evo, but they're just overall they put out a lot more performance and power, and everyone seems to be choosing them and going for them. And then you got your Vortex Rock GPs, which I can't really talk about right now. I don't really know too much about them, but I do know that at the moment the IAME X30 engines in the tag and tag restricted categories, it's the engine to have ultimately. It's the best in performance, the best in water cooling, and obviously because of the Tillotson carburetor, you're able to tune that on the go. You could tune the carburetor on the go, make any adjustments that you might need to make, whether on track or off track, and it's pretty simple. All you do, as you saw, there was the two little screws on the carburetor. All you really do is just rotate it. One way to go rich, one way to go lean. So yeah, and also too, there's a a software on the data analysis unit on the heads-up display on the go-kart steering wheel, which will tell you where the tune is at on the engines, and it can work, I think, for IAME, Rotax, Vortex, but mostly you see all the lambda sensor kits on the IAME engines because it's just crucial to get the performance out of these engines and everything. So, but I can definitely say in my 2 years of racing with IAME X30, the IAME engines, I've raced the KA100 briefly, but I mostly raced the 125 categories myself more so than the 100cc categories. But I could definitely put my faith in the IAME product and say that this is probably the best engine brand in all of go-karting, and if not the world, then definitely Australia, because it's a pretty dominantly customer-based engine package. It's reliable, it's fast. A second motor is obviously, in case you happen to hit problems trackside, it's always good to obviously have a spare engine just in case, whether you need to replace the electronics, whether it be the stator or the actual harness, the battery, or if there's something mechanically wrong with your first engine, you can always pop in the second bad boy and just to get you out of trouble, if that helps. So, but anyways guys, that is the video for today. That is the unboxing done. I hope you enjoyed watching this sort of style of video. I know it's a bit different, but it's kind of not really a lot happening at the moment now, being Christmas and the end of the season, as all the tracks are closed down, and everyone's like just settling now down for the holidays. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more content like this, by all means, sure, I'll try and give it a crack, I'll give it a go, and thank you guys so much for watching.